Welcome to the 5th round of the Bridgestone BSMA Motocross Series. This round takes us to the former Grand Prix venue at Pontrilas in Herefordshire, and with just one more round to go after this, every single point matters for all the riders from the autos right the way through to the veteran and novice class riders. We saw 2 days of action-packed racing on the spectacular hillside circuit, with many new riders joining the series. Let's have a quick look at the previous round at Warmingham in Cheshire, where heavy rain on day one forced the cancellation of the weekend's racing. It certainly didn't stop the fun in the paddock though, with a Glastonbury field, and this rather large puddle certainly an attraction to all of the riders. But the weather much better here at Pontrilas for the penultimate round of the series, and let's get things underway. So vets and novice go flying down the Star Straight into the first corner, very, very close indeed, into the first left-hander, but it looks like number 11, Josh Phillips, gets the whole shot as one or two riders battle for position in the midfield. Some bar banging going on there. Will they get through the first few corners safely? They just about squeeze through. Some of the tail enders filtering their way through. One of the back markers went down there, but nothing serious. No problems whatsoever though for number 11, Josh Phillips, who already is starting to pull away as they go charging up the hill for the first time. Look like Steve Bevan in second place, one of our wildcard riders. And you can see already really tight opening few corners here at Pontrilas, and it's starting to really split the riders out. They're spreading out as they make their way up the hills around the back of the circuit, where it really does get very quick indeed. One or two bar fallers there. We just saw Paul Minihane there, number 7, goes through. Our main producer, and I think he's had a bit of a tangle on the first few corners. No doubt he'll be blaming somebody for that, but meanwhile the leaders make their way down the hill, and number 11, Josh Phillips, he's clear of the carnage. Bevan still in second, but it looked like Yamaha around the outside. I think that was John Gauntlet in second place. We'll find out in a moment. It looked like Gauntlet into second. None of this, of course, bothering Josh Phillips as he goes over the tabletop, and yes, indeed, number 544, John Gauntlet, moves into second place, one of our front runners in the Vet Series. And drama earlier on in the weekend when Simon Bracey, the Vets Championship leader, went down and he's injured, so could be an opportunity for the likes of John Gauntlet and some of the other front runners in the Vet Series to try and close in on his gap at the front of the championship with just one round remaining after this. But Josh Phillips completes the first lap, John Gauntlet on his tail. Phillips grabbing the whole shot on the Kawasaki down that spectacular downhill step down jump where they join the first corner. Very fast and rather scary part of the track if you get it wrong. Just saw Jake Nichols there, number 2, with the orange riding gear, starting to get involved in this battle at the front. Number 72 there, Stephen Redfern, another one of our championship front runners, also involved in things as the midfield riders start making their way through. Josh Phillips though makes his way out of this really tight technical section and goes round the back of the circuit, really long uphill drag up the hill, and then through into the chicanes in the middle of the circuit. Really tight technical part once again. And this Pontrilas circuit on the Herefordshire South Wales border really does utilise the ground well. It's some spectacular drops in there as well, and this really tricky off-cambered left-handed corner. You'll see them there turning right, and that's a really difficult corner before they come flying down the hill. And Josh Phillips, number 11, still leads the way, but John Gauntlet keeping the pressure on in second place. Both riders railing the berm around the outside. Back up the hill they go, and we'll see them fly down the hill towards the tabletop any moment now. And looking there just at the back of the camera shot there, number 7, Neil Thomas, one of our front runners in this group, is starting to pick his way through the field, and it looks like he's gone through into third place. And my timing charts here showing he's setting the fastest lap of the race, 2:28.007. He's quite a lot quicker than the front runners, and there we see him there once again, number 7, Neil Thomas, fastest rider in the race so far, and he's starting to close up on the race leader, Josh Phillips. And of course Phillips has led the majority of the race, but now looks like Thomas has got him on the radar. Gauntlet in third. It looks like Neil Davis in fourth place, just followed by number 72, Stephen Redfern. But Thomas, number 7, on the 2-stroke Yamaha, starting to really close up on the Kawasaki of Josh Phillips as they make their way around to the centre of the circuit. And he has a look down the inside there. Neil Thomas tries the inside of that really technical part of the track, and now they come flying down the hill. Thomas has a look round the outside, but Phillips, number 11, holds that inside line. And it looks like Thomas will have to try and fight again as he looks down the inside this time. Goes for the inside rut. And Thomas now has the drive out to the corner there, side by side. And Thomas just about squeezes through. He had to be committed into that top corner. But number 7, Neil Thomas, making his way through some of the tail enders. Looks like he's closing in on victory. So in the novice class, it was Josh Phillips with the win from Neil Davis and Stephen Redfern in third. Neil Thomas, the rider we saw there taking the checkered flag, won the Vets race from John Gauntlett in second place, and Jay Skillis bringing it home in third.
Race 1, I had a decent start, and then about halfway through, suffered with arm pump, so slipped off, unfortunately. So ended 5th. Second race, another bad start really. Pushed through and got to 2nd behind Josh, and then final race I managed to get behind Jaden Murphy and just push him, and then got into the lead, got a bit of a comfort zone, just basically rode to the end and won it.
Yeah, I started off in qualifying, I went good. Qualified first, which was good for me. It's my first ever time getting first. First race I ended up winning it, just getting a good start and winning. Second race I had bike problems, which weren't good for me, but I managed to get third. Then the last one I jumped on a brand new bike, which was a lot, but I made a stupid mistake, went down, but I brought it back to second, which gave me first overall for the day.
Gate drops for the seniors. They go charging down the Star Straight into this fast left-hander. Who's going to get the whole shot? Ewan Harris has the jump into the first corner, but it looks like Jack Jones, number 160 on the Honda, takes the lead as they battle for position into that really tight hairpin. One or two riders tangling handlebars there, but they all seem to get through safely. Jack Jones, though, your early race leader, number 160, with Ewan Harris right on his tail in second place. Ewan Harris trying to put the pressure on as the rest of the field go through. He just saw number 1, Brooklyn Evans there, one of the 2 runners we spoke to last night. Brooklyn Evans and Josh Greedy both having good weekends, and I'm sure we'll be looking to round things off in style in this final moto. But a great start for Jack Jones, leads them down the hill for the first time, starling it over the tabletop with Ewan Harris right on his tail there, number 791 right behind him. Jones trying to push away, has a quick glance over the shoulder to see how far ahead he is, but he knows that Harris is there. Looks like Josh Greedy going through into third place, number 33 on the Yamaha, as they make their way round the final corner. And now up towards the Star Straight section, one of the faster parts of the course. Jones again looking over his shoulder. I think he's feeling the pressure from Ewan Harris in second. Harris has a look down the inside as they go flying down the ski jump. Look at that. Formation flying almost from the top 3 riders in the senior class. And Ewan Harris with Josh Greedy behind him. The 2 Welsh riders really starting to put the pressure on Jack Jones at the front. There's Brooklyn Evans, number 176 there, a little bit further behind as well. But Jones still holding lead, again looking over his shoulder. He knows those 2 riders are there, doing all he can to try and hold them behind him. And some of our midfield runners making their way through the woods, but flying down the hill. Jack Jones guards that inside line, forcing Ewan Harris wide. Harris will have to try and fight again. But Jones having a great ride here. Had a fantastic start to grab the lead, and he's looking to hold on to that lead as long as he can. But he's really having to work hard because one of our front-running riders in the championship, Ewan Harris, is in second place. Again, we see there Jones looking over his shoulder. He knows that Harris is there, Greedy on his tail as well. And it looked to me, I just saw a glimpse there of number 41, Luke Scarsbrook, who's had his moments this year. He's been having a great start there, and out he goes. Looks like Scarsbrook is now through into third place, so Greedy's dropped down. I can't see Josh Greedy, so maybe he's dropped a couple of places, trying to fight back. So the pressure subsiding ever so slightly for Jack Jones as Ewan Harris fails to get through. So he remains in second place. Luke Scarsbrook starting to get involved. Looks like John McKenzie, Brooklyn Evans in there as well. And I think that was John McKenzie actually moving into third position. Just out of camera shot though, looks like Ewan Harris has taken the lead as they come back into view. Scarsbrook in third. And it looks like John McKenzie still in fourth place. Brooklyn Evans, Adam Hill and Jack Jones a bit further behind. But the pressure finally pays off for Ewan Harris as he charges up the hill and tries to pull a gap. Still Jones in second place, Scarsbrook in third. But Ewan Harris looks cool, calm and collected as he rails that inside berm and goes flying back up the hill towards the end of the lap. Riders having to be careful in this last chicane. It's a little bit slippery on that final corner. But no problems to Harris as he rails that rut in the middle of the track. And now it looks like Scarsbrook in there as well. So Harris first and Scarsbrook now into second place, number 41. Jones in third. And that's Josh Greedy now back up to fourth place. Looks like he's got past John McKenzie. Brooklyn Evans, Adam Hill, Dion Thomas and Owen Woodhouse also amongst the front runners. But Ewan Harris trying to pull away. Josh Greedy though back on the move, setting the fastest lap of the race, 2:19.454. So Josh Greedy trying to get back amongst the leaders. It looked like he dropped a few places earlier on, but he's still very much in contention as Ewan Harris looks to control the race at the front. Luke Scarsbrook though keeping the pressure on in second place, number 41. You see him there on the yellow Yamaha with the black and white riding gear. Ewan Harris, Husqvarna rider, 791, charging back up the hill, maintaining that gap at the front, looking to try and pull away as best he can. Nice and smoothly around the final corner, and Ewan Harris takes the checkered flag from Luke Scarsbrook in second place, Josh Greedy in third. In the seniors class, Dion Thomas took the checkered flag from Owen Woodhouse in second place, and Oliver Cook bringing it home in third.